All right, guys, previously on the director's cut, we have talked about directors like Alexander Payne.
Robert Eggers,
David Lynch.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, like people from the 70s on. But we haven't really covered the greats that go back from like the beginning of the talkies and on.
The pioneers.
The pioneers. So I say that's what we cover.
Well, I hope that means that we're going to talk about the films of Lloyd Bacon.
Bacon.
Seeing as how you already have a giant picture of Alfred Hitchcock with his name in white bold letters, not to mention the symbol from the movie Vertigo, I was thinking we could just talk about him.
We're never going to talk about Bacon.
It's okay.
Who mourns for Bacon?
So Hitchcock had a long career.
Very long.
Almost 60 years, and he directed 56 films in that time.
That's crazy.
It's almost one per year.
There's no way we can do a full ranking on all 56 Hitchcock films unless we were going to do a 10-part series, which I have no desire to do. So we decided to narrow all 56 films down to one pick each.
Let's go along to cabin number 1. I want to show you something there.
That was in itself, I think, really hard.
I don't know what your number one is, Joe.
Okay.
And I don't know what his is. And you guys don't know what mine is.
No.
We could match.
I hope we don't have any like overlaying titles.
But here's the thing. When you're talking about that many movies and that many acclaimed movies, I don't think the odds are great that we're all going to pick the same number one.
There might be a lot of younger film buffs that may not be acquainted with Hitchcock's full career.
Yep.
And this might be a nice way to kind of give you some suggestions to kind of seek out Hitchcock.
Yeah, and when we get into like our lists, I will say that some of them hold up and some of them don't.
After we cover each of our number one movie, we're going to talk about some honorable mentions.
Yes.
I'm sure a few of these will be considered some of the most influential films of all time.
Yeah.
Before we dive in,
Good evening.
a little bit about him. He was interested in being an engineer, and I know he got, very early in his life, he got involved in some, I don't know, publishing company.
Yeah. He was a Roman Catholic, and I think that guilt fed into a lot of his work. One apocryphal story that has resonance, apparently, and he mentions in an interview. He did something naughty at home. His dad went down to the local police station, asked him, like, keep my son in there for like 10 minutes.
Keep my son in jail for 10 minutes?
Yeah, at 6 years old. And I think that trauma of like being wrongfully accused has stayed with him.
Was his dad an asshole?
I think it was just kind of a Victorian dad.
I mean,
that's what
That
he
makes
did.
sense. He was also very much into psychoanalysis. So a lot of his movies the characters have mother issues.
Yeah.
That's a big theme going throughout a lot of his movies.
I think one really cool thing about talking about Hitchcock is we're talking about someone who started his career at the birth of the film industry. We're talking about silent movies, and he made his mark at doing some co-writing, I think, initially. When he was working at that, I think it's called Henley's, British workers were encouraged to try their hand at everything.
Yeah.
Like do art direction.
But I think he was also lucky that he met Alma Reville.
She worked there as well.
Yeah, she worked there as an editor. Her father was an editor. She had just kind of been brought up to kind of look at composition of shots. Once they got married, she helped with the scripts a lot.
Only 4 people who have given me the most affection, appreciation, and encouragement, and constant collaboration. The first of the 4 is a film editor. The second is a scriptwriter. The third is the mother of my daughter Pat. And the 4th is as fine a cook, and their names are Alma Reville.
And
So
she
her
was-
attention to detail was very good.
And the thing is, she's almost like, if George Lucas was smart, he would have stayed with his wife.
With Marcia.
Well, I don't think she wanted to stay with
No,
him.
but I think she was smart enough, like in terms of story.
Absolutely.
I think pointing him in the right direction.
He was dabbling in art direction, being like a program management guy. He was doing some writing. And then that led to some direction, or they asked him to direct one of the silent films.
Yeah.
And then he does like 10 movies before he even gets to a talkie. And that talkie was called
Blackmail.
Blackmail.
Yeah.
In Chelsea, you mustn't use a knife!
So would you guys say that he has always done something that involves something menacing, something dark, maybe a killer, I mean, has that always been his thing?
The macabre.
The
Yeah.
macabre, yeah.
Yeah.
So by the time he was really starting to make his mark, this is not a guy who was trying to figure out his way.
Yeah.
Eventually, Hollywood came calling.
Yeah.
They recognized his talents,
Yeah.
but he also worked his ass off and knew what he was doing in all aspects of film.
Why do people pay money to be scared?
Do you know the answer?
Of course not. I earn my living doing it.
Let's dive in. Joe, I think you should start. I'm dying to know what your number one pick of Alfred Hitchcock films is.
I'm going really old school.
Older than old school.
Older than old school.
Older than old school. I'm going back to 1935. 90-some years. The 39 Steps.
He was killed by a foreign agent who was interested too.
Did she tell you what the foreign agent looked like?
There wasn't time. No, there was one thing. Part of his little finger was missing.
Which one?
This one, I think.
Sure it wasn't this one?
Is that his first espionage picture?
He did The Secret Agent roughly around that time. I think it may have predated a year or two, which is based on the Joseph Conrad novel. But this is relentless kind of a plotting in this. It's just like, and it really built the framework for the modern suspense where it's just like, every step, like these people are on the run.
And it's also a chase movie.
Yeah. This was right when he was using the MacGuffin for the first time.
Should we mention the MacGuffin?
Yes.
Is it the 39 Steps?
Yes. So it's basically, I don't really want to explain the MacGuffin, but it's like a secret kind of government plan they're trying to smuggle out of Britain. Robert Donat and Madeline Carroll was the cool blonde. And I think she was one of the first cool blondes.
The first
that he
Hitchcock
used.
blonde.
He loved cool blondes.
Yeah.
He had a thing.
She's wonderful in that. She is a great kind of repartee.
Let's get some rest while we can.
I'm not going to lie on this bed.
So long as you're chained to me, you'll lie wherever I lie. We're the Siamese twins.
Oh, don't gloat.
Gloat? Do you think I'm looking forward to waking up in the morning and seeing your face beside me, unwashed and shiny?
There's also like comedy in that movie too, which is another staple of Hitchcock. In order to raise the tension, you need comedy then to like lessen it too. So why the 39 Steps?
Because a lot of us are going to focus on the 50s, his so-called golden period from like 48 to like 60.
I'd say 48 to 63.
Okay. But
Very
I
specific.
don't want to overlook some of the earlier films. And I do think a lot of the bones in that are living in those later films.
I think it's a really good point that you should highlight what got him to later films, like what started it.
Was this a big hit internationally?
It was a big, and I think even though he didn't come to America till he did Rebecca in 1940, and I think he only thought about coming to Hollywood when Britain was under attack in the Battle of Britain.
How much on the map was he when he did the 39 Steps?
I think he was map adjacent. There weren't a lot of espionage movies at that time. That ramps up when World War II started.
You can access the film in a lot of places. I think at one time the 39 Steps was available on YouTube, but it's on the Criterion Channel too at the moment.
I'll go next.
All right.
Okay.
This is definitely within the golden era.
Yeah.
The 1948, or we should say that's the 1950s up to like the very beginning of the 60s. I was going to go with one over this one. Then I watched both back to back and I said, no, I've got to go with Psycho. By the way, one thing about the shower scene I have to mention is that they did offer Hitch a body, a torso, that could be stabbed and blood would come out as you puncture, and he said no.
Good.
He had a plan for those 58 shots, 78 shots, and
Yeah. Very meticulously edited too.
It was shocking in 1960 because like Janet Leigh was a big star at that time, and she's killed off.
part of what made me pick this
Yeah.
is the fact that it's about misdirection.
Yeah.
And here we are following the star of a film,
Yeah.
and halfway through, you
Yeah.
lose that star.
That is such a stroke of genius.
Sorry, I'm spoiled it for anyone who hasn't seen Psycho.
Oh, this woman dies in a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And this also like starts the slasher genre.
Yeah, it's everything. It's the acting. Of course, I have to mention Anthony Perkins. I totally bought him as a Psycho.
But he's understated.
He's totally understated.
The slasher genre now is like so prevalent. The Psycho has to be so obviously a Psycho.
On the nose, a Psycho.
The sister.
Yeah.
Fear of Miles.
I think she's excellent.
You also just recently discovered that Vera Miles is still alive.
Yes, she's 95 years old.
Incredible.
So
I hope you're well, Vera.
Vera, to you.
Hi, Vera.
Yeah,
Do you think Vera's watching this?
No.
Almost certainly not.
great actress.
We should mention a certain musical composer,
Yeah,
Ber-
that's his
Bernard-
iconic score.
Bernard Herrmann.
Yeah.
This is probably the most famous musical score in a Hitchcock film.
Yep.
And maybe
Maybe of all time.
of all time. The creepiness vibe, I mean, the fact that his dead mother is sitting in the house. You can see her in the window. And, of course, the big reveal at the end. It still gives me, it still creeps me out. And so I just think this movie had the horror, it had the suspense.
And it was so new for 1960, this film.
And he went back to bare bones with this. Like the crew was entirely his television show crew.
I think it's deserving of being in certainly most people's top 3, I think.
And it's so influential. So many people have tried to copy shots. I mean, Gus Van Sant famously, like 26 years ago, did a shot-for-shot remake.
So unnecessary.
What's his name was in it? Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. In the 80s, they came out with sequels. Quentin Tarantino is on record saying Psycho 2 is actually a better movie than Psycho.
It's ridiculous.
Which is like, that is the trollest of trolls, like that comment. Like, who in the right mind would pick Psycho 2 over, Psycho?
A psycho would.
Yeah.
I think we should just come to the realization that Tarantino is a troll.
Yeah. And the fact that he is...
He is kind of.
And he has, like said some really negative, mean things about Hitchcock. He can, wax rhapsodic about Howard Hawks, but he can't show any kind of respect to Hitchcock
because he jerks off to De Palma.
Yeah, and
That's why.
he doesn't know how to understate anything.
He also jerks off to feet, but that's another topic. Guess what director Brian De Palma loved?
Yeah.
As if you couldn't tell by watching Dressed to Kill.
Yes. Chris, what is your number 1 best Alfred Hitchcock film?
Well, I too struggled. And for a while I did have Psycho, but I figured, you know what? Everyone's going to pick that.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Vertigo.
Nope.
Suspicion?
Good guess, but no.
All right, what is it?
If I had to pick one, my favorite Hitchcock film would be Strangers on a Train.
Is your name Miriam?
Why, yes. How did you...
Based on source material by Patricia Highsmith, who created the Ripley's.
The Ripley series.
Why is this your number 1?
It's just got all the elements, and it has the interesting setup of, would you be willing to murder someone if you could get away with it?
For example, your wife, my father. Crisscross.
Farley Granger plays the tennis star. Robert Walker plays the psycho, Bruno Anthony. Yep. Farley Granger is this famous tennis star, and they meet on a train going from DC to New York. Bruno Anthony concocts a scheme to kill his wife that he's divorcing, and he can kill his father who's cut him out of his will.
Farley Granger thinks hey, we're just bullshitting in a club car getting drunk, and this means nothing.
But Bruno Anthony's deadly serious.
Yeah. Wasn't that used or ripped off in some movie?
Throw Mama from the Train.
Crisscross. I do yours. They swap murders. Crisscross.
I don't know if it's a ripoff because it's more of an homage because they reference the movie.
Robert Walker is so scary.
He's charming and menacing at the same time.
And he's so good in this.
But
you know who his son is?
Who?
Robert Walker Jr.
Who?
He played Charlie X.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
It's another Star Trek reference. Sorry.
It's got one of my favorite shots when he strangles Guy's wife and her glasses fall off. The glasses are also a psychological trigger.
And Patricia Hitchcock, his daughter, actually has a role in this.
She plays Leo G. Carroll's daughter, one of his daughters. Farley Granger is engaged or going out with his other daughter, who's a frightful boa.
Hello, darling. Have you had dinner?
On the train.
Well, you haven't been in Medcalf all this time.
I just want to make a mention of this and a couple of other movies that are on my list and probably yours, is that sort of fake theatrical British accent that was very popular at the time. Hey, Schmitty,
Tell your father I'm here. Yeah, I can't quite do that. I can't imitate this voice.
It's parodied very well in the Coen Brothers movie Hail Caesar.
Would that it were so simple?
Watch my mouth. Would that it were so simple?
Would that it were so simple?
Keep your head still. Would that it were so simple?
Would that it were so simple?
Would that it were so simple?
I'm trying to say that, Mr. Lawrence.
Lawrence,
And Hudsucker Proxy.
I'm telling you, this guy's just a patsy, and I'm going to find out what for. There's a real story here, Smitty. Some kind of plot, a setup, a cabal.
How does this stand out for a Hitchcock movie? Like,
Oh, I mean, it's got the best set piece ending on the carousel.
Yep.
That is such a great sequence. That's why I picked it, actually, as number one. I think the best ending to any of his films.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
So you're saying the ending of this movie rivals any other Hitchcock movie?
I think this could rival any movie nowadays.
All right, so we've actually covered. You went to the 30s.
Yep.
You definitely did the beginning of the 50s, and I did the beginning of the 60s. So
It's a good range.
That's a good range.
So there are 3 top ones, one each. I'm glad we didn't pick the same movie. Joe, let's talk about the 3 movies that did not make the number 1 spot. Your honorable mentions.
Okay, in no particular order. I'm going to go with 1956's The Wrong Man. It was kind of a left turn for Hitchcock. This is almost like a documentary. It was a docudrama. It was based on a real life case of someone who was innocent and wrongly accused. This was all on location, New York City and Queens. It was a big influence on Scorsese and Taxi Driver. Henry Fonda, great. He just underplays. It's understated. Vera Miles is his wife.
Now, Joe, we did a movie review not that long ago. It was a second look episode. And the movie was called The Wrong Guy.
Yes.
By any chance, does this movie relate to this movie?
No, but I think they stole from Saboteur.
And The Wrong Man is like a Hitchcock trope.
Yeah.
In a lot of his movies.
That's true. North by Northwest.
Yeah.
Good one. What's your second honorable mention?
From 1943, Shadow of a Doubt.
Proud of their jewelry, but of nothing else. Horrible. Faded, fat, greedy women.
But they're alive. They're human beings.
Are they?
Alma Revel helped construct the script with Thornton Wilder, which, we all had to read something in high school of his.
Yeah, the small town aspect of this really comes through.
Joseph Cotton is amazing in this.
He's like Bruno Anthony, Robert Walker. Yeah. He's menacing and charming at the same time.
And Teresa Wright plays this kind of puppy-eyed niece of him who discovers
Uncle Charlie's a killer.
He's killing old widows for their money.
She does a good job of being like over the top earnest to like deadly serious towards the end.
This is Hitchcock's actual favorite film that he did.
Read that, yeah.
It's I think it's a really well plotted. It's not in some exotic locale. It's in Santa Rosa.
I really like the woman who plays the mother, Emma, and she's Joseph Cotton's sister, older sister.
And I'm blanking on the guy who plays the father.
Yeah. He's the guardian angel from It's a Wonderful Life.
He's Clarence. But Henry Travers, I think
that's his name, yes.
Go back to accents. He's English too. But
really?
Yeah. My third movie is from 1946, Notorious. This, going from Santa Rosa, California to Rio de Janeiro, it's like
within a year.
You're going to like in a really exotic locale.
And this is World War II.
Yeah.
So this is like he's done a series of like espionage films.
War is ended in. It was already known that Germans were going to South America. Cary Grant is trying to kind of break up that network or track the Nazis down.
Most people probably would say Notorious is in the top 3 or 4 best.
And the plot of it has been ripped off so many times.
Cary Grant, he's obviously in love with Ingrid Bergman, but he's like manipulating her to spy for him. That trope shows up in so many kind of spy thrillers now. The romance underpins this suspense in a lot of ways. It's not like added on.
Surprised that none of us have that as one of the number ones.
Yeah.
I was debating. That was on my debate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Joe's number 1 movie is The 39 Steps. Your honorable mentions:
The Wrong Man, Shadow of Doubt, and Notorious.
Very good.
No.
Good picks.
My number 1 we already talked about is Psycho. These are the movies that almost beat that out. And I have to say, one of them came really close, and it's Rear Window.
I would say that's probably next to Psycho his second most influential film. Yeah. De Palma ripped it off with Body Double.
Yeah. I think one of his best actors that he would go to.
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. He had a few. But Jimmy Stewart's great in it.
Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly is the hottest of all of the Hitchcock blondes.
Yes.
Although I would fight you on Ingrid Bergman. So. And Thelma Ritter.
She's totally entertaining.
Yeah.
They are a great trio.
She's got sass, especially with him.
Yeah. And Raymond Burr.
One thing we have to mention also with Rear Window is the production design.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like that's all a set.
I know you love Rear Window.
Yeah.
I know you love Rear Window. It made none of our number one spot though.
This is another one that I was debating about.
I was debating on. Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is Vertigo. Again, I'm back to Jimmy Stewart. It's got really good suspense moments in the film, but it's mostly this weird, just sense of mystery.
Psychological too.
Psychological.
And there's also hints at the supernatural.
Yeah.
And also, San Francisco has never been filmed as beautiful as,
Absolutely.
as
It's-
Vertigo.
that's the back.
Or just Northern California.
Technicolor look of San Francisco in the 50s. That's like one of my favorite images.
The blonde.
Kim Novak.
This is the quintessential Hitchcock blonde.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Grace Kelly is still my number 1. I think it's your number 1. Grace
Absolutely,
Kelly.
yes.
Your number 1 is not Grace Kelly, though.
I'm going to go with Ingrid Bergman. Kim Novak is a stunner, but we need to talk about Midge.
Yes. Midge actually is the hotter of
Barbara Geddes. And I think maybe, I don't know if it's like in the 50s, like a woman wearing spectacles.
She can't be attractive.
But like she's right there in front of his face, and like she's actually really cute.
Midge is 10 times more attractive than Madeline. I also don't like that Judy, that's part of the story, is that she's getting into the role. But like Judy is such a fucking doormat.
Yeah.
Like I actually dislike the last third of this movie because of that reason.
That is why it did not make my number 1 spot.
But the score by Bernard Herrmann is just like pitch perfect.
My last honorable mention is The Birds. It's kind of like you can't talk about Spielberg without mentioning the shark movie. I have to mention The Birds because Alfred Hitchcock, to me, this is his not monster.
It is.
Oh, they're a bunch of little monsters.
It's a monster movie.
We have to mention Another Great Blonde.
Tippi Hedren.
There's iconic scenes. You can't beat the scene. They've made fun of many times. Walking Out Quietly.
Yeah.
Family Guy, who I'm not like a diehard Family Guy fan, but I will say.
Hello, we're from the Northeast.
That's funny.
Anyway, sorry.
That's a good point because there's actually so many iconic shots in that movie alone that has been parodied.
I need the biggest seed bell you have. No, that's too big.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter why the birds are attacking. Like, I feel today that people would have to have some sort of override explanation as to why the birds are attacking.
But it's just like, we don't know.
We don't know. And the movie just ends that way.
Two entertainingly bad ripoffs of this movie are The Happening.
What? No.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Birdemic.
So for me, Psycho number 1, honorable mentions, Rear Window, Vertigo, The Birds.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Chris, the time has come.
I mean, we can finally talk about my favorite Lloyd Bacon films.
No, we need your honorable mentions for your Hitchcock list.
Oh, okay. One of his first great films, I think, is 1948's Rope.
That one is one of those movies, I've seen it before, but I always forget about it as a Hitchcock movie.
It's my wife's favorite movie of Hitchcock.
Based on the Leopold and Loeb murders.
It's two guys plotting to do the perfect murder.
They've already done the perfect.
Oh, they've done that's right. Okay.
And Jimmy Stewart plays their former teacher.
It's basically a play, like a one-act play.
But how they filmed it.
It's all one take. So they would go like for as long as like the Technicolor film strips last.
Hitchcock was a master of editing. This has very little editing except for maybe the title.
You can see where like the transitions happen.
Exactly.
But that it's fine.
And this was 1948.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
kind of a unique.
He's pushing the envelope. At that point.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I think that sort of experimental nature of it still holds up. The original Leopold and Loeb killers were like homosexual.
Yeah.
So it's subtly done in this.
Yeah.
Ambiguous? Not
As
even?
much as they could get away with in 1948. It reminds me a lot of Rear Window, where it's all this Manhattan set. So you're seeing like the Manhattan skyline change mid-afternoon to like dark.
Yeah.
And they
as
could
the film
move from
progresses.
one room to the other with that camera that was built into the walls.
I need to watch that one again.
Yeah.
It's good. I recommend it highly.
Yeah. What's your second?
Second would be probably his most stylish film, North by Northwest.
I was debating, should that be my number one?
It's a fun movie.
A young Martin Landau's in this.
Martin Landau's great.
He's menacing.
And James Mason.
I really love James Mason.
I cannot get enough James Mason.
This matter is best disposed of from a great height over water.
Face the master, your faith against his faith. Could you do that?
James Mason.
Eva Marie Saint is just amazing. in
She's
this.
great. She's got moxie. She's not like a damsel in distress.
And one of my bucket lists is to take a train across transcontinental U.S.
Trains actually like are a very important part of Hitchcock's films.
Did you know that he had a thing for trains and trams?
I did not know that, but I believe it now.
Great train sequences. By the way, I think she's pretty bold with her sexual advances.
She is. For 1959, yeah.
Cary Grant, to me, didn't sell it this recent watch that I did.
Yeah.
He's good.
It feels like at times like it's a joke to him.
There were times where I didn't buy that his character was scared, and yet he should be. He should be terrified.
I think that would be my ding against this movie. I think he's too old.
Yeah. Maybe that's
I think you needed a younger actor because the woman who plays his mother is younger than him. This might be, when you're talking about the Hitchcock MacGuffin, this is probably the most quintessential version of that too.
Iconic shots. There's the famous plane scenes.
The Mount Rushmore ending.
Great, number two. All right, what's your third honorable mention?
Spellbound.
A man was walking around with a large pair of scissors cutting all the drapes in half.
But this movie does not hold up.
Then why is it in your honorable mention?
Because I used to like this movie and I thought it was great, and then I watched it again yesterday, and
well, then why didn't you kick it off of your honorable mentions list?
Because it'd be funny to talk about it.
No, I haven't seen it in like 20 some years.
It's a psychological drama, basically.
Very dated, like in terms
Very
of
dated. The one thing I do like about it is that Ingrid Bergman's character is like this professional woman.
I'm trying to convince you that your lack of human and emotional experience is bad for you as a doctor. And fatal for you as a woman.
This movie would not pass the Bechdel test because everything she does is because she's got the hots for Gregory Peck. She's supposed to be this professional psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, but she's breaking the law basically to help this guy. Now, you know who's also in this movie? Norman Lloyd.
Yeah.
He was another patient at the mental institute. If this character looked like Norman Lloyd, she would not be doing everything she does to help him. So this movie is basically Ingrid Bergman doing all she can to fix a man.
Norman Lloyd worked with Hitchcock in Saboteur, and I think when he was not acting as much in the 50s, he directed a number of episodes for Alfred Hitchcock Presents as well.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what he appeared once in as a guest? Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, that's right, he did. Yeah, right. You're not going to mention Star Trek again, are you?
I just did.
Okay.
Spellbound is the movie most referenced by Mel Brooks's High Anxiety.
Oh, yes.
Ingrid Bergman's character is Mel Brooks's character.
Yes.
In that. And it's like a lot of the same plot points in that. I don't recommend people seek out Spellbound. It's actually really boring.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it because you don't like it.
So my favorite Hitchcock film is Strangers on a Train, and my honorable mentions are Rope and North by Northwest, and my dishonorable mention is Spellbound.
Well, there you go. Those are our number one movies and our honorable mentions. I don't know. I mean, I think we probably left something off.
And there's so much ground to cover, and this is why we had to make these agonizing choices.
Yeah, I mean, it's harder when you just say you can only pick one, your favorite, and then maybe three honorable mentions, but that's it. You're forced. You're pigeonholed.
Yeah, definitely seek out the work of Hitchcock if you're not familiar.
Do we know that like people don't seek out his work as much as they used to?
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, in this era of streaming, they're not able to access it right away. Do they seek it out?
Well, I can give you one example. I have a 19-year-old son, and I said, John, check out this movie I'm watching. It was Psycho.
Yeah.
And then I, of course, showed him the shower scene. And he was like, oh, it's good. He's like, it's kind of weird. The way she's acting, taking a shower, smiling and stuff.
Metaphorically, Hitchcock was directing Janet Leigh to be like, you're washing all the
cares of Phoenix
dirt.
away.
Yeah, everything you've done, you're washing that away.
Right. And of course, John pointed out the knife. These days, it would probably be much more gory.
More brutal. Yeah.
But he was impressed, and so I was telling John, you should watch also this, and this, and he went, yeah, Dad, I'll do that.
The DNA of all Hitchcock suspense is everywhere. You watch any kind of tightly wound plot, you can see the hallmarks of Hitchcock there. In the last years of his life, one of his favorite movies, per his daughter, he would request to be shown Smokey and the Bandit.
No
he
way.
loved it. He just loved the editing. He loved the plotting.
Yeah, he might have been like, maybe not all there.
No, do you know?
I enjoy Smokey the Bandit.
I know.
Do you enjoy it?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it?
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to qualify.
But Joe, shouldn't guys as masterful as Hitchcock go, wow, I got to see this movie Jaws again?
Or Close Encounters, which is just come
I know,
out.
but but Jaws in '75, he was even more sharp still.
Yeah.
Apparently, he snubbed Spielberg. Spielberg was obsessed with him, of course, and came to one of his sets to meet him. And
Young Spielberg.
1975 Spielberg.
No, but like 1969.
Yes,
yeah, he did that when he was still an interloper on the Universal lot.
He got kicked off the set then. Mm-hmm. But then in '75, when he had the Jaws success, he stopped by the set to be like, hi. And Hitchcock wouldn't talk to him.
So Spielberg stopped by the set of Family Plot?
Whatever he was doing in 1975.
That's what he was filming.
That was filming.
And Hitchcock just looked at him and then didn't want to go over and say hi.
His aloofness was front and center, but I think it was more shyness.
I think it was the classic, here's this new generation, and here's the new kid on the block. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of that.
His last film, Family Plot, was scored by John Williams. Yeah. Post Jaws.
Well, Joe, Chris, if we covered a guy who did 56 films, one day we have to do John Ford, who did 140 films.
It's boring as shit.
What do you think? Did we miss a key Hitchcock film that you think should have been in one of our top one spots or just in our honorable mentions?
Make your case. We want to hear it. And you know what? We might revisit this same topic on Hitchcock later.
Absolutely. Because I like revisiting this, like, sort of, as you called them, the
pioneers.
The pioneers.
Yeah. And I imagine if we did this in 2-3 years, Spellbound would not be in your list.
Definitely not. Well, speaking of the pioneer film directors, when are we going to get back to Lloyd Bacon? He's got just as many films as Hitchcock. For example, Picture Snatcher, The Oklahoma Kid, Wonder Bar, Marked Woman, Footlight Parade, Gold Diggers of 1937, The Frogmen, The Singing Fool with Al Jolson, The Fuller Brush Girl,